Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hit like and subscribe if you hadn't yet. What makes Singapore a wealthy country? Well, Singapore is a wealthy country due to a number of factors, including its strategic location, strong institutions, and business-friendly environment. Location. Singapore's location as an international port and hub for trade and commerce made it rich even before its independence in 1965. There are thousands of ships passing here for various reasons, including for provisions and bunkering. The anchorages of the Port of Singapore are divided into three sectors: Eastern Sector, Western Sector, Jurong Sector. More than 130,000 ships pass through Singapore each year, making it one of the world's busiest ports for shipping tonnage. The Strait of Singapore, which connects the Port of Singapore to deep water, is also very busy, with about 1,000 ships passing through daily. The Port of Long Beach, administered as the Harbor Department of the City of Long Beach, is a container port in the United States, which adjoins Port of Los Angeles. Acting as a major gateway for U.S.-Asian trade, the port occupies 3,200 acres of land with 25 miles of waterfront in the city of Long Beach, California. The Port of Long Beach is located less than 2 miles, 3 kilometers southwest of downtown Long Beach and approximately 25 miles, 40 kilometers south of downtown Los Angeles. The seaport generates approximately $100 billion per year in trade and employs more than 316,000 people in Southern California. In 2022, the port, together with the adjoining Port of Los Angeles, were considered amongst the world's least efficient ports by the World Bank and IHS Markit, citing union protectionism and a lack of automation. The port's combined import and export value is nearly $100 billion per year. The seaport provides jobs, generates tax revenue, and supports retail and manufacturing businesses. More than $800 million a year is spent on wholesale distribution services in the city. In the city of Los Angeles, port operations generate more than 230,000 jobs, with more than $10 billion a year going to distribution services in the city. On the state level, the Port of Long Beach provides about 370,000 jobs and generates close to $5.6 billion a year in state and local tax revenues. Some of the world's largest and busiest ports that are vital to logistics include Port of Shanghai, the world's largest and busiest port, handling over 25% of global shipping. Port of Ningbo Zhoushan, one of the world's busiest ports for cargo tonnage, handling over 10 billion tons of cargo in 2022. Port of Guangzhou, a busy port with state-of-the-art infrastructure for efficient cargo loading and unloading. Port of Shenzhen, the world's third largest port, one of the busiest and fastest growing container ports. Port of Singapore, the world's #1 transshipment port, accounting for 20% of global transshipment volume. Port of Hong Kong, a deepwater seaport in the South China Sea that's one of the world's busiest ports for shipping movements, cargo handled, and passengers carried. Port of Qingdao, one of the most important ports in East China, well connected with 450 ports across 130 countries. Port of Busan, one of the world's top 10 port logistics cities. Port of Jebel Ali, the world's 9th busiest port and the largest man-made harbor in the Middle East. The efficient handling of cargo ensures that products are transported from suppliers to consumers in a timely and cost-effective manner. Without effective cargo management, businesses would struggle to fulfill customer orders, leading to delays, increased costs, and potential disruptions in operations. Ship cargo handling operations include planning. A cargo stowage plan is a reference document that helps with cargo transportation, storage, and unloading. It's also used to arrange berths and tally cargo. Securing cargo lashing is the process of securing cargo to a ship, and it's a vital but hazardous task. Improperly secured cargo can lead to serious injuries and loss of life. Using equipment, different types of equipment are used to handle different types of cargo, including conveyor belts used to move bulk cargo transtainers, key container cranes, straddle carriers used to load containers onto a ship chain, slings used for lightweight cargo nets used for cartons and bags. Berthing, a berthing structure, is where vessels and cargo are loaded and unloaded and where passengers board ships and ferries. Environmental compliance port operations should adhere to environmental regulations to minimize their impact on the surrounding ecosystem. Ballast water management. A loaded ship with cargo doesn't need ballast water because the cargo balances the ship's stability. An offloaded ship needs ballast water to balance the ship. In the process of operation, almost all ships receive changes, receive new equipment, or undergo partial restructuring. The propulsion system is also undergoing changes. Today, the ship is very complex, both technically and electronically. It is a huge, almost living mechanism with millions of parts. The safety of the crew of passengers and cargo, as well as fuel consumption and operating costs, depends on the correct operation of these parts. About 20 years ago, the mass digital era of shipping was started. It has started from NMEA, AIS, SVDR, ECDIS, and some other basic technologies. But today, many ship owners not only monitor the ship through AIS services and receive noon reports, but also try to remotely monitor the condition and performance of the vessel, prompt the crew to correct actions, weather changes, and even track technical parameters. In some cases, vessel automation can reach the levels of aircraft, but so far, the same level of control autonomy has not been achieved. The entire ship is replete with various sensors that monitor draft, RPM, roll, list, fuel, and cargo temperature, and keep track of various parameters. Some of these sensors are analog, and some are digital. Unfortunately, human attention is rather limited and does not allow you to track everything at once and quickly build dependencies. The ideal option would be an instantly responsive intelligence that prompts the ship owner and the captain how and where to navigate the ship, when to carry out technical work,